Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We discuss all things related to aviation. Angelo Dube, aka the Flying Jurist, welcoming you back. I'm sure you've heard of the country called Eritrea, which is in the Horn of Africa. It is bordered by Ethiopia on the one side, Sudan, and then Djibouti on the other side. It's a relatively small country, and its capital is Asmara. It's a beautiful country, formerly colonized by the Italians, like any other African country. So recently I had a trip up to Eritrea where to go do some work there, and obviously I flew from Or Tambo via Dubai and then to Eritrea. So this is a quick review of that particular trip. Obviously I won't be able to show you everything because every country has its laws, and there are things that I couldn't record because the laws of that country do not permit me to do so. After what seemed like an eternity, I finally caught the bus to cross over to Terminal 3, where my flight to Asmara operates from. Because I had come in using Emirates, I was now going to cross over and connect using Fly Dubai. They fly a large selection of 737s for their regional flights there. And as you can see, Fly Dubai's fleet covers the entire area in Terminal 3, just as Fly Emirates' fleet covers the entire area in the main terminal of Dubai International Airport. Boarded the 737 operated by Fly Dubai. Cabin crew closed the doors, and with that we were airborne for Asmara. The weather was beautiful on the climb out, but we soon found ourselves, flying VFR on top. In other words, the clouds were below us, and we're now flying above the clouds with no obstruction whatsoever. But this will soon catch up with us as we approached Asmara International Airport. Of course, after taking a few sips of red wine, I decided to just go on to Dreamland and sleep. I did not wake up until the aircraft was on approach, and I could feel that the pilot was carrying out a missed approach procedure. In other words, on approach to Asmara International Airport, the weather was so bad that there was low visibility, a low cloud ceiling, it was raining, and we could not make it to the ground. So for purposes of safety, the pilot initiated a go around. So the first attempt, when he added full power, that's when I woke up. Like, okay, we are accelerating and we are climbing, which means we were at the airport, but we are not going to land anymore. We're going to have to go around and come back and attempt a second landing. And that he did. Attempted a second landing, and the second one was also, not successful. Whenever pilots file their flight plans, they have to indicate what is called an alternate aerodrome. An alternate aerodrome is an airport within reach of your fuel considerations that you will divert to in the event of bad weather, or in the event that you're unable to land at your intended airport of final destination. So in our case, the captain decided to divert to Port Sudan. Port Sudan is located on the coast of the country of Sudan, which is Eritrea's neighbor, some 500 kilometers away. The weather in Sudan was not too different from the weather in Asmara, but as we came in for the landing, I began to notice that the visibility was even greater than visibility in Asmara, and that we were going to be able to make the landing here. But the problem is we had to land and park on the tarmac, and we're not allowed to disembark from the aircraft while we waited for the weather to clear up in Asmara before we could take off and initiate our landing there. Port Sudan did not look like a busy airport at all. As you can see, the staff were also intrigued by the 737 landing there. You can see them taking selfies on the tarmac with the 737 behind them. It's actually an exciting sight in a small airport, in an unbusy airport environment, when you see a bird as big as the 737 landing. So yeah, I understand why those guys then take selfies in that fashion. Of course, I'm not one to waste a good moment. For the 1 hour that we were on the ground waiting for weather to clear, I went to the cockpit and had a chat with the captain, who was very friendly and allowed me to sit in the cockpit, and we talked a lot about aviation, the career, and how we had woken up at 3 a.m. to actually be able to fly us to Asmara in that fashion. So as much as we were enjoying the views and the charts, but I could tell that the delay caused by the diversion to Port Sudan was taking a toll on the man, because that was affecting his schedule. But yeah, that's how it is. That's how things happen in aviation.
After waiting for about an hour on the ground, we got word that weather had cleared in Asmara International Airport, and we were airborne for that airport, and we landed safely without any incident. And of course, after clearing customs and immigration, we were out checking out the city before work began the following day. Of course, the trip would not be complete without me showing you what exactly the country of Eritrea looks like. Let's see the sights around the city of Asmara in Eritrea.